Hello, and welcome to Horror Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at this brand new John Carpenter's Halloween Nanoforce figure set presented by Fright-Rags. Now this is the second edition. It includes 13 plastic figures, 12 2-inch figures, kind of like Army Men style, like the old school Army Men style figures, and one bonus 4-inch glow-in-the-dark Myers. I'm super stoked on this. I got their Night of the Living Dead set and I absolutely loved it, so this should be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and spin this around and take a closer look. Alright guys, and real quick, I wanted to show you the paper insert that it comes with, kind of detailing what all is in here. And then, of course, we have full listing of the figures in this set. And then on the back, which is super awesome, is like a whole map of Haddonfield and where like all of the events happened, and it's pretty freaking awesome. This is the same as their Night of the Living Dead insert. It's really cool. And here are the figures outside of the packaging. Now I have the studio lights up brighter than normal just to kind of try and bring out the details on these figures. I struggled with the Night of the Living Dead because they're dark and these figures are black and it's really hard to show the detail, but I will do my best and go over them one by one. Let's start with Laurie Strode here. And as you can see, it's actually like a really good sculpt. And she's looking pretty rad. Then up next we have, of course, Dr. Loomis. Which his detail, again, is very well done. It's just kind of unfortunate it's just all one solid color because the sculpt is actually really well done. He looks freaking awesome. Moving on, of course, we have Bob the Ghost. And they even have his little glasses sculpted on here. That's really kind of hard to see. Up next we have Annie. Good old Annie. It's really pushing the limits of my camera to get this thing in focus here. As you can see, she's talking on the phone. And again, just great sculpt work here. Here, obviously, is the Myers house. And if somebody was into painting miniatures, they could just have a blast doing this kind of thing. I just collect this stuff because I love Fright-Rags and I love what Nanoforce does with the license that they have. And then I'm like, I really enjoy playing board games and stuff. So like I use these guys as like characters in like regular board games. But it's just a fun little set. Obviously here's the jack-o'-lantern. Although I feel like that should have been orange. I would have liked to have swapped that out for something else and gotten that one in orange. Here is Linda. Now to focus Linda. Again, great detail on her. And up next, we have young Michael. Just really cool though. And we have the infamous station wagon. Just really cool. We have Myers. And it's crazy how many people struggle with a good Myers sculpt, but I mean, at less than 1/4 of an inch, this one doesn't look terrible. We have Sheriff Brackett. This flashlight. And then we have the Judith Myers gravestone. And then finally, we have the 4-inch Myers, glow-in-the-dark Myers. And he is going to be a little bit difficult to kind of show. We can get an idea of him though. Now we'll turn out the lights real quick so we can hopefully kind of see how well he glows. Which feels like it's going to be pretty good. And here is Myers. You can see like how bright he actually glows, which is pretty badass. Alright guys, so that's about all there is to go over on this figure set. I think it's so badass. I love when these companies like Fright-Rags, who mostly do horror shirts, do releases like this, because as a horror collector, the more things I can get my hands on, the better, especially when they're at lower price points, which makes it easier for all of us to get involved. You don't have to get super expensive multi-$1,000 pieces to have a lot of fun, and this is a perfect example of that. It's a simple Army Man style release, but I love them. As a kid, I grew up with Army Men figures, and I used to take rubber bands and shoot them and knock them over and stuff like that. Just dumb kid stuff. But I've always had an affinity for them, and I think it's super cool to get them in the original Halloween franchise, done up as that. And Fright-Rags pairing with Nanoforce seems to be well done. The packaging is well done, artwork is well done, and the figure sculpts are very, very nice. And again, you can just leave this displayed in the box, which looks fantastic. I choose to use these figures in board games and kind of play with them in that way. Instead of the same old boring, board game figures, I like, it's fun to break out stuff like this, or Night of the Living Dead, or whatever. But I think it's super, super awesome. As always, feel free to leave any questions or comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I will leave you with a 360 view of these guys. Hopefully they show up pretty decent. It's kind of hard to film a solid black figure, but hopefully you're getting the general gist of what they look like. I definitely recommend them. As always, feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later.